Hello everyone! How are you all doing? Welcome to a bit spontaneous stream. Now, okay, I was actually planning this one. How is everyone doing? How is your day, night, evening, morning? A little switcheroo. Hello. You might notice some changes in the camera placement because I have a new stative finally. So I no longer use my crappy old selfie stick, and I don't have to lay my phone on my monitor, which is awesome because it's finally stable. Yes. Hello everyone, welcome. I hope you are looking forward to some angsty stuff today, because we will be going through the What Could Go Wrong list, which is the primary source for the Womp Wednesdays. I should also have a notebook somewhere around here for plots, because I have a feeling we might actually figure some things out. Okay, not this one. This is writer's struggles, by the way, because I have so many notebooks, but each of them is dedicated to a certain thing, so I actually don't have that many I can use. Okay, let's just use this one. Why not? That's not supposed to be a plotting one, but hey, whatever. It's gonna have to do. Oh hey, that's my Semishira single parenting fic that I wrote 3 years ago, the outline, and still didn't get to it. Yeah. Angst with happy ending. Well, I guess you can say that. I mean, I said it a lot of times before that I don't know how to write sad endings, and I actually need my happy ending, so yeah, most probably with happy ending, but like, okay, not necessarily happy ending, but not bad ending. Okay, let's say it like this. But like, even this one, the Semishira single parenting one, is like very dramatic, but it still has a good ending, so or like good ending in the way that everyone lives. Surprisingly enough. Okay, anyway, let's get into it, because I'm just going to set up the sound here a bit better. Okay. So, here is... Yeah, you don't see it. Sorry. Just a little bit. Okay. So, this thing right here is our What Could Go Wrong list. Here is the list of all the 450 something stuff that can happen potentially in the Wednesday series. In case some of you were completely out of loop with the new series, this is where I get the ideas from, or the prompts from, and it's the main source for the requests. I decided how I'm going to do the requests after I finish with the A section, which is this part. And it's also the reason why I'm going to be showing you what's on there, because I'm going to shuffle them around, so you still not going to know what you are choosing. Even when you are going to say a certain number, it doesn't have to mean that you are still choosing numbers. So, and I'm going to shuffle things around a bit, so you still won't know what you are choosing. The requests aren't necessarily for you as viewers. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing the stories for you, but the requests, the numbers, are for me, because if I did this list just on my own accord, I would be writing the same ships all over again and again and again and again. And I don't want to do that. I want some challenge for myself. So that's where you come in, and that's why I also asked about what ship you want to pair with this certain number, because I know you are going to ask for ships that I wouldn't normally write. Sakuatsu, Iwaoi, Suna, Osasuna, whatever. Other than my big 5/6, if I count the Polish ship into it, which I do. So, yeah, the requests are for me, the stories are for you. So that's why I'm asking for the ship, and that's also why I am not as hesitant to show you what actually is on the list right now, because for one, you are not going to remember it. For second, there aren't numbers by it, and for third, I will be shuffling around the sections, so you will know what's on there, but you won't necessarily get what you hope for, probably. But hey, maybe you get something even better. I watched a video 2 days ago where Sam and Cherabu almost died, and the YouTuber literally said psych. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do sometimes. Yeah, that's a miraculous rescue, or like the trope of miraculous rescue, when you want to put heavy angst into your story, but you are not brave enough to end it like heavily, and you are too scared to put main character death into it. That's something I'm writing for the Haunted Big Bang right now. It's going to be a blast. Hopefully. The outline is done. Now to the writing itself. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this and just explain stuff that might not be as known for you, and I will be writing down some parts that might interest me for the outside the request stories. Meanwhile, Rai angst. Yeah, Rai is I would say epitome of angst videos in IQ texting community. I like the fact that we have it all like each of us three, let's say, like me, Rai, and Hannah, each are known for a different thing, and I think it's awesome. Like, Rai is known for her angst, Hannah is known for their Polish ships, and I am still quite known for the rare pairs slash underrated pairs, and it makes me really happy, honestly. Yeah, that video was from Rai, I think. I'm not surprised. Okay, anyway, you can follow the list with me, or rather, I hope you will follow the list with me. And if something catches your attention, something catches your eye, let me know. And maybe we can figure something out. You are for a fluff. You say as I go through the womp list. Yeah, by the way, I have the last thing before we start. I know, I talk too much. I have the Teru show finale done. I wrote it today. I finished it today. Hallelujah. And I came up to I came to a funny conclusion that listening to Nordic metal music is great for writing battle scenes, which is something I'm going to use because I suck at battle scenes or fight scenes rather than battle scenes. You're for flop and challenge. Okay, well, I will take it. Not complaining. You might start complaining at some point. Alright, so let's get into it, shall we? We have over 400 entries on You Are for Kyohaba. Yes, that's what I want to be remembered by. You Are for Kyohaba. Yeah, my babies. I love them. They're amazing. They're such a good ship, even like for canon stuff, for non-canon stuff, for AUs, they are so good. And I will stand by it. Alright, so we have acid burns here, which that's clear, I would say. I was so hoping someone would choose them, like take number 2. Yeah, unfortunately no. But for non-toxic life Yaku, yeah, also that. But that's for all of us, I would say. I don't think any of us writes like toxic relationships. Yeah, I was hoping someone would take acid burns, but I guess I can make them on my own. I just don't know how would I go about it. Like there, I could get inspired by the real life stuff because like there were some attacks with acid, but that's really harsh. That's really harsh, but it can be done. Hello, Neko. Welcome. We just started with the list. I'm on the first entry. Adrenaline crash. I was still thinking what I should imagine under this one, but I think that's a reaction after something like very adrenaline inducing happens and or during something dangerous where you just don't feel pain, have basically like super strength. That's somewhere later, I think. I think I left it there. But I think that's the thing. Like when you are super pumped with adrenaline and you don't feel pain and something like berserks, basically. I guess that could be it. Allergic reaction, that's clear. That could be kind of interesting. Rai has a whole series about allergic pranks, so I will consult her on that one in case she was very protective of that concept, which doesn't happen often. By the way, we are all friends here. Said seriously, we are friends to some extent. At least I consider Hannah and Rai friends, even though we don't talk as much, probably as, for example, Hannah and Rai among each other. But yeah, I consider them both as friends, so yeah, I will have to consult her first on this one. Ambulance ride, that's basically what I do every time. Okay, no new stuff. Ambush. That's so vague, you can technically do anything with that? Yeah, there are many possibilities how this one could go, but hey, ambush is clear. God damn it, it's hot here. It's the hottest day of the week, apparently. We had like 32 degrees. I'm boiling. Womp Wednesday. Like, can we do a Womp Friday? Like a Womp week. I would like to, but considering how long the stories are, like the Teru show also is like 4,000 words. It's going to be another half an hour long video. I can't write short stories for these. It frustrates me because on one hand it's awesome that I get to tell the story in length. On the other side, who's supposed to edit that? And voice it? Ugh, oh dear. Someone I know wrote something in my notebook and it said, Kenma went on a date with someone else, so Kuro came into the cafe, kissed the waitress and burned the building down. Okay, that's something. I think if you suggest it to Hana, they could actually write it. Not me, I don't write Kuroken, but Elgato, welcome. Hello. Okay, Anger Born of Worry. I actually have a old Wombtober idea for this one with Aofuta. Shut up. Yeah, Anger Born of Worry is a super interesting trope because, like, it's the point where the person is so worried, the worry becomes anger. Like, they're actually, like, shaking with the person they were worried about. Like, what did you do? What did you do? And actually can't hurt the other. On accident, of course, but that's what makes it angsty. It's super good trope. I have Alfuta idea for that. I'm finally here. Yes. Okay, these three are requests, so we are not going to be dealing with that. Armena's Link, classic. Doesn't matter if it's like broken arm or dislocated shoulder. I like writing dislocated shoulders because I have personal experience with that, so expect some dislocated shoulders. I'm restarting my YouTube channel. Hey, congratulations! I wish you luck. I wrote in my notebook something like the galaxy is endless. I thought we were to a happy ending. I'm gonna do a theme park series. I literally got the idea yesterday. Well, good luck with that! I hope you will succeed with your series. Okay, asthma attack. I will have to write something about asthma. Because even though I was suspected of having asthma, I don't have it. At least I think I don't. But one of my friends has asthma, so I'm going to ask her about how that works, and then maybe it's going to appear. Attack the injury, that's mostly for fights, but it's basically where your opponent is injured, so you just punch them into the injury, so it gives you advantage. Okay, I'm thinking I might enlarge this thing a little bit so you can see properly. That might be a bit too much. Better? Yeah, much better. But it can actually be taken as like attacking, like hit him where it hurts type of stuff. Like mentally or psychologically and all that stuff. Could be interesting. Attempted are bad stuff. Yeah, I would love to, honestly, because I like to include non-con into my backstories when I write. So I would. YouTube doesn't like it with Geohaba in the What Hurt series, but it's a great trope for trauma. So, and I already have some experience writing that in the way that's hopefully at least like respectful for like SA survivors. So that's maybe going to appear too. The problem is I thought about Kuroken first, but I forgot the first ever idea, but then I decided why not a carousel. I had to see how it's like. I hope so. The larger problem was I finished thinking about Samishira idea, but not Kuroken one first. Hey, it doesn't matter, just put it on the paper and then you can deal with that. Don't worry about how the ideas go after each other. I recommended a fanfic idea to Rai, and it was along the lines of Kenma hurt his foot during a game and got rushed to the hospital, and suddenly can I shatter his foot? Yeah, that sounds like Rai. The worst problem was I don't want my photo storage to be full, and I don't know how to voice it. Well, you can do screen recording. That's how I do it. That you just click through the text as if you were reading it, but you do it, or like you have the voice lines and then you record clicking on the text based on how the voice is going. That's how I do it. Okay, Avalanche classics. That's a good one because like it can be taken as the character is struck with avalanche, which is into womb. Then it can be that the like cottage or whatever it is called in English is hit by avalanche, or like the surroundings, so they are without electricity, for example, and without heat, so they have to huddle together for warmth. That's also a possibility. Yeah, there are some ideas. I was adding this one, I think. So this wasn't there at first. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, backhanded slap. That's my favorite kind of slap. I love backhanded slap. That's a fun one. Because it's like, you know what it is, just you go like this, not like this. And it's usually like after, if the character misbehaves, in quotation marks. So they get backhanded slap. That's a good one. Bag of kidnapping, I'm hesitating about leaving this one here because it's the cartoon trope where just some bandit goes behind someone and throws a bag over them and just carries them away, which I understand what they mean in this case, but it's going to be difficult to make it believable because it's a cartoon trope. Okay, banished, classics, barbed wire. This one could be really interesting because, again, it can go a lot of ways, but what I had in mind for this is someone falling on a barbed wire, and it's going to be like heavily bloody in this case, because it doesn't have to be like whole body wrapped in a barbed wire. You need just hand, like Stucking your wrist or getting your wrist stuck in a barbed wire is a good way to let yourself bleed to death. So yeah, barbed wire is also a good option. Barely conscious, classics. Be careful what you wish for. I am looking forward to this one. I don't know who I'm going to do it for, if no one requests it, but I'm going to do this one. That's the thing, like, you are arguing with someone and you yell, I wish you never came into my life, or I wish you were never born, and just I wish I didn't know you. And then it comes true. If it's really true, or if it's just something to make you switch, that's up for question. That's up to the author. But it's super angsty because, like, then you have this character who said something in anger and now has to deal with the consequences of that wish. Very interesting concept. Yeah. Bedside vigil, basically do every time also. Being watched. I'm not sure if why there's being watched and stalking is down in the S part. Why is it like two things? But yeah, being watched is basically not necessarily like stalking. That's true. You don't have to be stalker to... Well, that sounds bad, but being watched doesn't necessarily equal stalker. Let's leave it at that. Betrayal, of course. Big brother instinct, that's going from protectiveness to overprotectiveness. Can be combined with the anger born of worry. No problem. I watched a male twins thing with one of them wishing the other was gone and then the wish was granted. Yeah. I think I read it too, or just at least saw it, definitely. Okay, biting, classics, black eye, normal stuff. Blackmail, that's something I want to include, definitely, even if no one chooses it in the requests or hits it in the requests. Bleeding out, yeah, sorry Taichi, that's going to be on you. Bleeding through bandages, yeah, that's just going to be connected to this one. I already have an idea for that, by the way. Blindfolded, also have an idea for Kawagata. Blood from the mouth. I will probably put this one out because I've already done a story like this for Patreon with Kyohaba. Hashtag shameless promo. Shameless self-promo. If you have $2 to spare a month, you can go check it out. If not, then you really aren't... Well, you are missing out, but it's not that horrible. Bloodied Knuckles. Yeah, that's... I will be combining Bloodied Knuckles and probably Bloodstained Clothes. I'm not sure how, but I'm thinking of Kyohaba. Of course, I'm thinking of Kyohaba for this one. But yeah, definitely these two are going to be connected. Bloody Nose. Classics. Bludgeoned, that's, spoiler alert, that's what I did for the Teru show today. I think Lev would be angry and say the wrong words. Sorry, Lev. Actually, you know what? I think we might be up to something, onto something. Okay. So, Yakulev, be careful what you wish for. Yeah, apologies, Kyohaba. Yeah. Body image issue. That's for Kyohaba. I'm not sure if I put this one there or if I put eating disorder for them. But that's connected, so that's going to be a Kyohaba one. Bound and gagged. Yes. Not sure for who, but that's going to appear. That's going to be a kidnapping one. Again. Bounty on their head. I was thinking how to do this one when I went through it the first time. Sorry, yes, you will be sorry. Just you wait. No, it's not going to be that bad. Well, it is. It's angst / womb, but yeah. Yaku is going to suffer. Congratulations on your choice. Anyway, yeah, bounty on their head. That's like, it suggests Wild West AU. I don't really want to do AUs for this. Like, AUs to my storyline, yes, but AUs as AUs, like different universes, not really. But it could be done because it's Japan, they have Yakuza. Could be done, could be done. I love Yaku now. Hey, I told you, if you see something that catches your attention, tell me. We can work something out. That's how it works. Like, Yaku is literally one of my favorite chips. Yes, and they are going to suffer now. Okay, brain damage. That's going to be hit into the head. Looking forward to that one. Brainwashing. Oof. I kind of hope no one hits this one because I want to try writing that, but I'm not sure how. That's my main issue. Same for me, it's Lafyakusa Kwatsu Semishira. Semishira is also going to get their dose of angst and womb, no worries. Branding. Under this, I imagine like having a hot iron and just branding someone with that. That's what I imagine under branding. Breaking a promise, that's more of an angst there than womb, but it can go into womb, so no worries on that part. Bridal carry, that's also something I do quite often. Semishira, my favorite, yes. My too. I like Semishira. I think it started to rain. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I think breaking the promise would be interesting with Sakuatsu. Yeah. Why not? Do you have any idea you would want to see? I don't know with Sakuatsu. I stopped writing them for quite some time because I didn't have ideas for them because they don't belong into my top ships, even like the side ships I have. I was talking about it before that I put Sakuatsu and Iwaoi into the videos mostly to get some traction on the videos at the beginning. And then they stuck around. They are funny to voice. Definitely. They are fun. I'm enjoying both of them in their revoicings. But yeah. If you have any like solid idea for the breaking promise with Sakuatsu, tell me. I can see what I will see what I can do. Broken Angel, that's basically what I did with Yahaba. That's when you have something like really beautiful and ethereal, and then you break it. Which I consider Yahaba as one of the prettiest characters in Haikyuu. Kyotani considers Yahaba as one of the prettiest characters in Haikyuu. And the SA was the breaking point. So that's Yahaba Broken Angel. But I think the best example I saw for Broken Angel is, well, Angel who has their wings burned, or Unicorn who got the horn cut off. That's basically what Broken Angel is. It's something beautiful that has been desecrated, and it's still living, but it's broken. It's super angsty trope, and I can't believe I don't use it more. I like averages. Agree, Abba is beautiful. Yes, as you should. As you should agree. My faves are Semishira, Lavyakuboku, Akasaku, Atsuivoi. Hello, Alyssa. Nice seeing you here. Are we talking about our favorite ships list? Well, it usually strays into like favorite ships, but considering what we are doing here, I would be very careful about what you are talking about in terms of ships. Okay, Broken Glass, that's for Semishira Kawagata. I also have an idea for that. Again, hurting Taichi. Sorry, Taichi. Ah, my poor boy. I love him so much. I love Taichi, and like, well, I love the version I created of him, but overall, I love Taichi, and I still hurt him. Because I want to see him comforted. You have to hurt the character to see them comforted. When will Hayato get hurt again? I also have one for Hayato. I will get to it. It's under... it's in the C section. Not like C section. Section C. Okay. Oh no, poor Taichi. Yeah, poor Taichi. But hey, he has... When I'm writing the Semishira Kawagata, he has 3 boyfriends to take care of him, so I think that's a win in the end. Okay, broken limb, classics. Broken nose, classics. Broken ribs. That's a super fun one, because when you break your lip... Not lips, ribs. When you break your lip... God damn it, I can't speak. Watering pause. Watering break. And this is why you hydrate, kids. When you have broken ribs, you basically can't even breathe without hurting. And it's super fun to write. Hurt them to comfort them. I'm becoming coaches with 2 doodles. A little bit, maybe. We need a challenge called telling your partner you are getting therapy. Taichi needs to be there. I can do that for Semishira Kawagata if you want. I'm not against that. I will write it down. Especially since Taichi would be the person who would be super ashamed about admitting getting a therapy. Because of his upbringing, and because I think his father would be the type to shame anyone who like has mental illnesses or depression and stuff like that, and call it a weakness of mind instead of illness, which it is. So yeah, that could be a fun challenge for Semishira Kawagata, honestly. Good idea. Ribs broken suck, yeah. Yahaba too. Well, Yahaba is technically getting therapy from the therapy dog. I did mention that Yahaba is getting therapy in the flinching challenge, like 2 weeks ago. So technically Yahaba is out of this. From experience. Oof. I don't envy you that one. Definitely not. Like Sekusa breaking promise to Atsumu, and I think Atsumu trying not to show how much that hurt him, because I think Atsumu is dramatic about small stuff, but keep a lot in himself when something really hurts him. I don't know, you don't... I didn't know you don't write them that much. Well, they came back in the recent challenges, so... Because I need to finally write the proposal for them. I've been planning it for over 4 months already. Yeah, that could work. Problem is I will have to figure out what kind of promise would Sakusa break. But okay. I can work with that. It's going to be more angsty than Wumpy, but yeah, okay. Okay, the theme park series, Kuroken, Dan, Samishira, definitely then I need help with Evoy because I thought about Oika saying we are going to England to go to Elton Tower. Who's going with us? Speaking of mental illness, I had a bad idea at Wit inspired mentally ill liberals. Ooh. It was quite bad because it was inspired by Yandere Aces. I don't like the Yandere trope. That's a bit too much for me. How should I write Bokuaka love story? No idea. My Bokuaka phase lasted for about 2 weeks, and it was like very shortly after I started watching Haikyuu, which is almost 3 years back, so I'm not going to help with that, sorry. Okay, bruises, classics, bullying. That's actually a thing I want to turn into a confession. Probably not only for one ship, it's going to be more. And people like confessions, so I'm going to make it into a confession mini-series in a series. But I still haven't done that libero illness thingy. I'm thinking how many liberos I have in my ships. Noya, Yaku, Hayato. That's it. Right? I don't ship any other libero. From Fukuradani, no. Other teams, no. And I don't have Komori in that. Perfect, a series in a series. Yeah. That's just the result of me not being able to focus on one thing. Okay, bundled up in blankets. Also classics, but can be quite nicely twisted into something bad. So that's definitely what I will be doing. Overall, like there are things that sound kind of sweet, but they have twisted versions, which is why they are on this list. And guess which version I'm going for. Bullying gives me Kinkuni vibes, I don't know why. I did want to write bullying with Kinkuni, among other ships. So yeah, they are definitely going to be appearing there. Akagi, I don't know, it just like Kuatsu. I don't have any ship with Akagi right now, like on the channel. I'm going to be only writing ships that I already write for. Like I have Akagi ship, I have Komori Akagi. So that would be 2 liberos, but I didn't put them into the channel yet, or on the channel yet. Buried alive. The only thing I can imagine under this one is someone being in a coffin, buried alive, but I don't know how would they get there. Like, it's super good because it's basically suffocation, but I don't know how they would get there. Like, why would they get there? It could be kidnapping. There are real-life cases of that, where the kidnapped person would end up buried alive. I remember vividly one of them. I think we covered it on our podcast. Huh. Okay, I can work with this one. More pain, more comfort. Yes, Alyssa, you get it. I'm glad we are on the same wavelength. Make us suffer. Death, angst, sorrow, and guilt. But it's so nice seeing how the other loves them. Yeah, that's why we are doing the angst stuff. I just make you suffer with my idea. Hey, no one is making me suffer. I am making you suffer. You can't make me suffer. Buried in rubble. I think there's a collapsed building somewhere, so that's going to be connected. Burns. I'm fan of any and all burns. Acid, sun, fire, everything. I'm up for all burns. Busted lip, classics. Cabin fever, not sure who I would do this with. Maybe a combination of ships. That could potentially work. Like something like Hannah is going to be doing in the near future, in case you weren't on their stream. When was it? Last week? Yeah, last week. Which they were planning out a story combining 3 Polish ships, or I think they ended on 3. So that could potentially work. Beloved lie. I don't know what that is. What's cabin fever? That's something when you are stuck in a closed off space with a lot of people. Like, and then you start going crazy because you are stuck for a long time. Something like quarantine, but imagine that in your house there are 15 people. Not surreal experience for some, I imagine, but for me, for example, it would be super stressful because I am in this house. We are 2 people, me and my mom, and if there were any more people in here and we were stuck here for prolonged amount of time, I would go crazy. And I would start throwing things and yell at people, and that's what cabin fever is. Oh, she did make me suffer with Calcutta. Oh, my flinching challenge. Yes! That's what I like to hear. I was gonna say Suna also for burns, but I remembered you already did that one. Yeah. Suna already got that. Okay, can only move the eyes. Yeah, that's losing control of one's body. It doesn't have to be like, if I clicked on this, it's a link to explaining that trope, and it's like when you have someone else controlling your body, but you can still move your eyes, and that's you still see through the eyes. But what I could do is paralytic drugs, which I also have a old Wombtober idea for Kinkuni, so that could be used. Can go home. That's classic. That's probably going to be either Kawagata or Kyohaba, one of those. Captive push. That's when you have someone captive and you push them in front of you. Also classics. The Vayhata and Oikawa outburst. Yeah, we like good emotional outburst. Captivity, classics, car chase. That could be interesting one. Carbon monoxide poisoning. That's something I added yesterday, I think. And I'm super excited about this one because carbon monoxide poisoning is a super sneaky way to die. And when it's slow, when it's not like explosion of the carbon monoxide, it can feel like you are going absolutely crazy. And that's the fun part. If it's not happening to you, of course. If it's happening in a story, that's the fun part. Carved mark, that's pretty much just cutting into someone and leaving a scar. Cassandra Truth, no one never believed by others. I want a ship for this one. I don't know which ship I want to do this for, but I want to write that. Because that's going to be super frustrating for you. And I'm going to be laughing at you. How you say in the video, I Kyoba closing this, okay. It doesn't have a smell as well. Yeah, that's the dangerous part, because it doesn't smell, it's not visible. And it can cause headaches. We are talking about the carbon monoxide. It can cause headaches, it can cause memory loss. So there are cases of people that were leaving, like, they thought someone was breaking into their house, but it was actually them, and they were leaving little notes for themselves, and they thought it was someone else leaving them, and then they discovered that they were having carbon monoxide poisoning, and it's super fun to write. Why but Samishira come to mind for the poisoning one? Okay, sure, why not? I can see that. Yeah, that could actually be connected with the Cassandra truth. Choking makes me think of Yakula. We are not there yet. Okay, catatonia. Classics. That's a state where you are just sitting and staring into a wall. That's basically catatonia. Caught in a snare. That's for hiking something. Caught in a storm. Also, that could be interesting. Maybe both. Like combine these two. Caught in an explosion. Ooh, yeah. We like explosions. Cauterizing wound. That's when you take something really hot and put it to a wound to like stop bleeding or clean it out. Super hurt, super painful. Also super interesting to write. That's going to be just camping. All this caught in a snare, caught in a storm, and cauterizing wound, or whatever it's called, are going to be in some hiking stuff. It's going to be one hit after another. Why joking? Why not? Fair. Yes, that's how we do it. A good idea making Yaku more suffering. Hey, who said it's going to be Yaku who's going to be choked? Chronic pain makes me think of Yaku left too. For chronic pain, I have Kyohaba idea, and I had it for like 2 years, so you are not convincing me on that one. Childhood trauma, I would say Kinkuni or Sameshira. We are not there yet. Okay, cave-in, classics. That could also be connected to chained heat, yeah, handcuffed together. I would have to figure out how would they get to handcuffs. Other than some adult playtime. Chained to a bed, that's kidnapping stuff or home invasion stuff. That could actually work pretty well. Chained to a wall, that's something I am quite hesitant about because I don't know how to do that. Especially in like Japanese houses. It's going to look super weird. But hey, maybe I will figure something out. Childhood trauma. Yeah. That's probably also going to be more ships than just one, because yeah, I have Kyohaba with childhood trauma, I have Kawagata with childhood trauma. There are more. There is a lot. Choking. That's also a thing, like, because choking can be both like someone choking someone, or the character can be choking on something. So that depends on the ship, I guess. Seriously caught in a snare, storm, and could be combined. Yeah. That's the plan. Not sure who's going to be getting hit, but yeah. Choking, chronic pain. That's the Kyohaba one. Claustrophobia. That could be connected with the cave-in. Another hiking combination. Classic Kyohaba. I told you, Kyohaba is so good for everything. A series in a series in a series. No. We are not doing a seriesception. Series inside of a series is going to be just one. You get childhood trauma. You get childhood trauma. Everyone gets childhood trauma. Yes. Indeed. Okay, clawing at own throat. I was thinking about this one yesterday, before I went to sleep, because I'm not actually sure what can cause you to claw at your own throat. Like, I can imagine having a noose around your throat could do that. And I figured that poisons could do that. But I don't know which ones. So I will have to dive into poisons for this one. But it's going to be an interesting one. Clothes that don't fit. Again, this could be like super sweet, where, for example, the character finds some old clothes they used to wear in school, and obviously they don't fit anymore. Or you can get the twisted version, which could be, for example, someone sacrificing their clothes for the other, so the other has bigger chance of survival. Or more than one character, like two characters being kidnapped and kept somewhere and held somewhere against their will together, and one of them dies, and the other one takes their clothes, so they have a bigger chance of survival. So yeah, guess which version I'm going to go for. Cold-blooded torture, that's torture for pleasure, that's classics. Collapse, doing that all the time. Collared and chained, yeah. Fun one. Cold sweat, yeah, I already know how this one feels. I didn't know it until I got my final paper rejected for the first time. Now I know what cold sweat feels like. Like not actual sweating, but the feeling. Comatose. No need to explain this one. Comfort object. Again, super sweet, but has a twisted version. Common cold. Normal stuff. Communication suddenly cut off. That's just, for example, call cutting off. That's going to be super fun too. Compelling voice. This is compelling to me because as someone with a voice kink, like slight voice kink, But it doesn't have to be like compelling in the terms of sound. It can be compelling in terms of their words. It's just basically using someone through the power of their voice or through the power of words. Manipulation. Easy. I didn't say that Kyohaba is not good at fun curling. There is so much Kyohaba. I love this ship. Yeah, I didn't take it as you complaining. I'm just supporting the idea that Kyohaba is great for everything. Great for every trope. Concussion. Classics. Conditioning. Also. Confidence shattered. That's going to be a hurtful one, but I'm looking forward to this. Confined to bed rest. Normal. Confrontation. That's vague. That's really vague. I just joined. Hi. Hello, Leah. Welcome. Cough syrup. Nothing to explain. Coughing up blood. This is great because this one can have two causes. In stomach and in lungs. So a big variety of injuries and illnesses that can cause coughing up blood, which is great for me. Not so much for you, and not so much for the characters, but yeah. CPR, classics, can be combined with broken ribs. Unfortunately, I also have a personal experience with this one, so yeah. If this one gets a bit more emotional, you know why. Cradling someone in their arms, again, can be sweet, can be super sweet, and can be also super twisted. And also super sad, of course. Cramps, crash landing. Okay, this is going to be a... That's also one that I added. I don't know why, because it's kind of difficult to put together, but that's going to be plane crash. Or helicopter crash, but probably more plane crash than... That could be with Semi Shira now that I think about it. Or technically anyone who plays on the national team. I will be thinking about that. That could be a group one. Oh, I'm having ideas. I'm getting ideas. Japan national volleyball team crash lands in somewhere in the mountains. That's going to be fun. CPI classic. Wait, classic. I'm saying classics in the stuff that doesn't need explaining. I think we all know what CPR is. I thought cramps were talking about period cramps for a second. No, it can be normal cramps. By the way, do you know what's the worst kind of cramp you can get? The back of your thigh. That's like beside menstrual cramps. Like the back of your thigh, if it cramps, you are fucked. That hurts as hell. And you can't even stretch that muscle because it's on such a bad place. Oof. I feel like if it's a personal experience being written in a story, it would be more emotionally attached. Yeah. Well, it depends. Like, I was writing a dislocated shoulder from personal experience, and that's not very emotional because, like, yeah, I popped up my shoulder 3 times in 1 year. Happens. I spent most of the year with my arm in a sling. Happens. As a dancer, any leg cramp or back. Yeah. Okay. Crippling the competition. That's the one where I will be hurting Hayato. It was kinda a request for Hayato to be hurt in a fight for a spot on a team. So that's what I'm going to be using in 1 year. Yeah, I didn't tell you about my dislocated shoulder adventures. The first one was when I was still riding a horse and I hit the wall because there was a stupid corner in there and I hit that corner. So I loosened the joint and that was the first dislocation. Then I was catching a frisbee on PE in school. That was the second time, and the third time was on a school trip, like 2 hours after we arrived in the destination we were supposed to go, and because it was hot, we went to a public swimming pool, and I was swimming, and then I was dislocating my shoulder. All in 1 year. And then I had to have a surgery for the shoulder, so that was another 2 months with my arm in a sling. Fun times. I was a walking joke in my class. Like in a good way, but it was funny. From experience, of course, the worst thing ever that happened to me was my knee breaking. Ugh. Sometimes I wake up and I'm so much pain because the back of my leg hurted like hell. Yeah. The night cramps. Horrible. Horrible stuff. Kristen, I haven't seen you around for quite some time. Welcome. Okay, crisis, catch and carry. Carrying away from danger. Normal stuff. Normal stuff. Cruel and unusual punishment. This is where I will be using my imagination to the fullest. I already have some ideas, but I'm not going to be spoiling that. Crush injury. Yeah. Not sure what's going to fall on who. I technically did this one with Sakuatsu and the branch falling, but hey, I can do that again. Injuries are just the start of my villain arc. If it ain't like that. Worst is I've sprained my right ankle twice, that I needed cast twice, and now I still have ankle pain after that I need to treat. Yeah, I know that one. Also happened. Like 2 days before I was supposed to go on a summer camp. And I still have loosened, not muscles, what's around ankles. In Czech it's szlachy. Not sure how it's in English. Tendons. Tendons. Yeah, I still have loosened tendons around my ankle. So that's fun. Now I'm missing a lot of your videos, so I'm going to have to catch up. Yeah, I privated a lot of them, so only the new ones. Crutches. Already using that. Cry into chest, that's going to be a sad one. Crying themselves to sleep, that's going to be angsty one. Damaged vocal cords, that could be Semi Shira for Semi. Like that he would lose his voice. Or it can be connected with kidnapping and just the nice trope of scream, no one will hear you here anyway. Scream, no one will hear you here anyway. Because you can do another Takuatsu situation. I mean, look at all the car crashes that we discussed last time. Yeah, true. Well, it's probably not going to be a branch. It's going to be something else, but... What about Oikawa and Atsumu losing voice? Also could go. Semi, poor Semi. Semi will become... You know what? I could actually see that. Decompression sickness. That's a very nasty way to die. It happens when you go to dive and you come up too fast. So your, I'm not sure if it's lungs or muscles. Like something goes bad with your blood and it starts, instead of oxygen, it starts to carry the other thing that I don't know the name in English, but you basically drown on a dry land. It's not secondary drowning, which I also have somewhere, but you come up, you are fine for a bit, and then you suddenly die because you suffocate. Very nasty way to die. I think it destroys your blood cells or something like that. Metal isn't represented enough. As a metalhead, I agree. Your sound is breaking up for some reason. Maybe I'm talking too loud. Can be. Because I have the microphone right in front of my mouth and I'm talking pretty loudly. We'll need to take it down a bit. Or push the microphone a bit away. Why I don't like water part 1. Like a fish drowning in water. Something like that, but it's more like fish suffocating in water rather than drowning. It's not drowning, it's suffocation. Defiance, connected to the backhand slap. Definitely just a cold. Yeah, that's basically trying to overcome an illness and just brushing it off as cold, and then it's something much worse. Degloving. I still don't really know what to imagine under this one, but if I understand it correctly, this is something that happens after like a heavy trauma to muscle, when the skin separates from the muscle and just comes off. It's not like peeling off in the way that's in the scales, like you do when you burn yourself, for example, but it's actually like the whole patches of skin coming off because it separated from the muscle underneath it. And it looks like you are taking off a glove, so that's why it's called degloving. Degloving looks very promising. It does. I will just have to figure out if it's what I think it is or if it's not, if it's something else. That's some horror movie type shit. Yeah. I would look it up, but I don't want to show the pictures, so I'm not going to be looking it up now. Dehumanization. I don't like... I don't like doing prompts like this, but hey, I need to challenge myself. Ed Burns. I'm learning so many new things today. Hey! We are actually teaching stuff. Awesome. Dehydration. All know what that is. Delayed drowning, yes. That's delayed / secondary drowning. That's a thing that happens when you take water into your lungs. And then you are fine for quite some time, but the water is still in your lungs. And any liquid in your lungs is a bad thing. And the longer the water is there, like it compresses the space of your lungs where you can absorb oxygen. So you are basically drowning on the dry land. And it's very dangerous. Very easy to die from that. Which is also a reason if you ever start drowning and people get you out of the water, you should go to a hospital, because delayed/secondary drowning is a thing and it's very dangerous. So be careful with that. I think I have to go now, sorry, and bye. Bye-bye. See you around. I will probably be ending soon. I think I will finish the section D and then leave it for another time, because I was talking a lot outside what I wanted to talk about. But hey, very pleasant stream so far. I'm enjoying this. Father YouTube would not like that. That's true. That's true. But like, YouTube overlords wouldn't like most of the things that's here. So, Why I don't like water part 2. Stop, I'm getting images in my head. That means I need more. Yes. Okay, delirium. We all know what this one is. Denailing, yeah, I needed to put a note into this because yeah, it's not that you nail someone into something and then took the nails out. It's actually like tearing out nails on your hands usually. Very common technique in witch hunts, by the way. And if you do it correctly, then, for example, with hot tongs, you cause maximum pain, but because the wound is going to be cauterized, it's not going to be bleeding. So, maximum pain, minimal mess. You are learning so many stuff. So much new stuff. If I heard you correctly, then dehydration is when someone doesn't drink enough water and gets dehydrated. Yes, that's dehydration. Indeed. Also very dangerous stuff because it destroys your kidneys. And it can be very, very damaging. And it can cause you kidney stones, which is also a nasty thing. Among other things, of course. Like, dehydration is bad for your cells as well. It can cause your skin to peel off. And it can be caused by feeding someone salt water. You can cause someone dehydration if you force them to drink salt water, because the salt is going to be absorbing water from your cells, and it can very easily kill them. By the way, this is not I am not giving you instructions how to kill people, okay? That's not what I'm doing here. I'm just explaining. Part 3 of my water is my enemy. Oh, it's raining. It's heavily raining. Yeah, if the stream ends in like 10 minutes, you know why? Because something cut the internet. But hey, let's finish the section D and then it's hopefully going to be okay. Denied food as punishment. Classics. Depression. I would have to read on that one because I personally don't suffer from depression, fortunately. But I don't know, it feels kind of bad to ask people who actually suffer from depression to tell me how they feel. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a research on this one. We just won't tell anyone. Don't tell YouTube overlords. Despair, classic one. Dislocated joint, classic one. Disoriented, that could be connected with the dehydration and delirium. Also fun stuff. Disowned by family, that's Kawagata slash Samishira Kawagata. Not sure if it's going to be poly or not. Disappropriate retribution, that's when you go overboard with self-defense. Or not necessarily self-defense, it doesn't have to be self-defense, but if you go overboard with revenge. Like, the thing that happened to you is this big, and your retribution is this big. That's disappropriate retribution. I don't even know how depression works, and I have it. Yeah, that's also a thing, unfortunately. It's freaking crazy when it does happen. Off after hearing despair, nothing. Could it be Kagagoshi, disoriented and dehydrated? Could be. Why not? Can be done, definitely. Dissociation, that's something I will have to ask Hannah about, if I will ever do that. So, again, research needed for this one. Distress call. Like, the first thing that comes to mind is radio distress call, but I think it can be done with phone too. That could actually be used as a confession too. That's going to be a fun one. Doctor's visit. Do that all the time. Doesn't realize they've been injured. That's a classic one. I already did that kind of with Kyohaba, but hey. Domestic abuse, yeah, that's going to need some research. But I don't know. I kind of want to use domestic abuse in between partners, but I know you won't forgive me if I do that. And honestly, I also wouldn't forgive myself, so probably not going to do that. It's going to be from the family side. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, that's what this means. It's all coming together. I've connected the dots. You didn't connect shit. I've connected them. I don't know if this is weird, but I had a dream about Osasuna in another village. To be fair, I also had dreams about or where there were Haikyuu characters, but that was more at the beginning when I started to watch Haikyuu. Don't let them see you cry. That's super angsty one, and it's going to be super angsty one, and also super whoopy one. That's a torture material. And even afterwards, like after the character has been saved, but they are still programmed or conditioned to not show their tears from fear they are going to get punished. So that's a caretaker dynamics, and I'm here for that. Don't you dare pity me. That's something Kyotari would say. Dragged by ankle. Not sure what to do with this one. Probably combine it with something. Dragging themselves along the ground. That's for heavy injuries, basically, and car crashes, other crashes, all that stuff. Classical drowning. Drowning their sorrows, that's unhealthy coping mechanisms with alcohol. But listen, I'm lucid dreamer, but I don't know how it works. I just imagine something random and I dream. Well, lucid, if I remember correctly, lucid dreamers can like shape their dreams even in the process of dreaming. I have a friend who is a lucid dreamer. I envy him so much. But unfortunately I can't do that. But you can kind of teach yourself how to lucid dream. But you should be able to like shape the dream from inside the dream, which is the part that I envy my friend. Car crashes are haunting me by this point. Yes, success. But it's weird. I don't know how I do it. I just do it. Hey, some people just are talented enough in their lucid dreams that they actually don't even know how they do it. They do it on instinct. I would consider myself lucky in your place, so it's not like it's not dangerous until you start going into places you shouldn't. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, Drakt. That's the Semishira one we came up with last time. Duct tape. Easy. Dungeon. That could be connected to the wall thing. Chained to a wall. Because I can't imagine any other place where would you be chained to a wall other than a dungeon. Shut up. Dying in their arms. Nyeh. Nyeh. Yeah, it can be done. It can be done. Not that difficult, I would say. And they don't have to die. It's just dying, not being dead. So, yeah, we can work with that. Make it angsty, but not like too much. It feels real to me. It makes me feel I've actually experienced that. It's creepy. Yeah, well, it's basically you walking inside of a dream when you like simplify it to the basis. So I can understand it can feel weird, but well, technically you know that you are dreaming. Like my mom, for example, can do that sometimes when she actually like realizes that she's dreaming, but I don't think she can like adjust the dream, which is something that experienced lucid dreamers can do. Like once you realize you are dreaming, you can adjust and shape the dream as you wish, because you know it's a dream. So it's your imagination, and therefore you can do anything you want with it. Now I know what's real, what's fake. Oh yeah. Well then, ended that with the section D. My throat is sore right now, so I'm going to probably end the stream. I had a blast. Today we have some ideas. You probably don't see it, but never mind. Okay, we have Yakulev, be careful what you wish for. Semishira Kawagata, I'm getting a therapy for Taichi. A little challenge. Breaking the promise for Sakuatsu. Carbon monoxide poisoning for Semishira. A combination of claustrophobia and cave-in for unspecified ship. Crash landing, probably for Japan national team. Kokagoshi, disoriented and dehydrated, and the idea that distress call can be used as a confession. All in all, I would say, considering we went through 4 sections, A, B, C, D, we still have a lot to do, but so far so good. I like the ideas we are coming with. Drink tea and water. Yes, it was fun even though I was late. I'm glad to hear that. I also enjoyed today's stream, I must say. So, yeah, at some point this week, probably it's going to be second part, and we will go through more sections. E, F, G, and H, probably. Depends on how long they are. So, thank you for coming, everyone, and have a great day, morning, evening, night, whatever you have right now in your place. And look forward to Womp Wednesday, where the don't die Teru show finale is going to be. And see you next time.